upside down.
Upside down.
How does that work?
What do you mean?
Like doing a keg stand.
I mean, you can't really.
It's
I feel like the gravity is against you.
No,
it actually goes down
your esophagus just pushes everything down.
Look at that. Yeah, because once you start swallowing, you just kind of.
Somebody stole
Folks,
those.
gravity.
Why would you buy those?
So gravity
like
has
the
no.
ugliest shoe you've
In
ever
your body,
seen.
gravity doesn't exist.
Gravity doesn't exist inside of a keg. I mean, gravity exists.
Oh, in a keg, yeah, but inside your body.
You can get like your
Your
organs.
brother's pumping it way too much.
you can drink upside down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have
You
to
can also,
keep pumping.
you can also put the hose in your butt. Yeah,
I saw that on
Jackass.
what was that Jackass?
Yeah, Steve-O.
It'd be pretty.
You drink beer through the butt.
All I can think of is that South Park episode where they put food in their butts instead of their mouth.
Oh yeah.
Food goes in the mouth, comes out the butt. Oh, food goes in the butt, comes out the mouth.
What about fractured butthole? The new South Park game that's going to come out next year.
I haven't seen the trailer. I haven't seen anything yet, but I just realized now that it's called Fractured Butthole.
Did you know? Did you know? No, I found out yesterday that the South Park movie, South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, that's a dick joke.
That is.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
It's a very dirty dick joke.
It's a great dick joke. It's hilarious. That movie came out like 1998. I had no idea it was a dick joke.
Ago.
He was almost 20 years old. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I don't know why I said
Ooh, this is good.
I don't even know what this is.
Is this the this is the first time with Joe on the couch?
Yeah.
It is.
This video should be called Joe on the couch.
Joe on the couch.
Well, last one was Girl on the couch.
There's a girl on the couch.
Not as many views with Joe on the couch.
You don't know
No,
that.
but you know what you do?
That's true. You don't know.
Girl on the Couch Part
You
2,
can't-
psych, it's just Joe. That would be awesome.
That's a long title, but I think it
Or
works.
let's just put you in a wig and see if anyone notices.
You can use the photo that you've used before of me passed out on the thing. Just like, Joe, we have a special guest today. Joe's on the show. And just shoot it back to that, and then
For those of you who remember the last episode, this is him.
That's the guy.
Who told that story. He's the one who passed out
Yes.
That was
on or around a stripper.
Oh yeah, that
Plus
part.
with a bag of chips and sauce. Damn.
The salsa, chips, drinking salsa, and
all I gotta
falling
say.
asleep in strip clubs.
Yeah, let's
You give me 2 hours of unlimited bowling food and booze. I had like 7 Jack and Cokes in those 2 hours. Like it was like not
That
including
was
everything
bad.
else I drank.
Yeah. We did a lot.
I thought I was gonna die the next morning.
I
Like
thought
I woke up fine, completely fine. I woke up. It was like 9 a.m. I'm like, I said goodbye to your mom. I was like, oh, I had a great time.
taken out of context.
No,
I woke up. I said bye to your mom.
It's exactly what it sounds
I
like.
tucked her back in.
Continue.
no. I woke up in the basement. I went upstairs, and your mom, I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna leave because it was like early, and I actually didn't feel bad at all. I was amazed. I was like, I can't believe I got wasted last night. I barely remember coming in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of remember because you had to yell at, I think, Josh to be like, to let him know that I was gonna stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like.
You also walked the wrong way down the street too, but I'll tell you that part in a minute.
All right, cool. Well, anyway, but then like I get up and then like I was like, I think I'm gonna leave. And I walk upstairs to your mom's there, and she's like, "How was your night?" I was like, "Oh, it wasn't bad. I won some money. I had a good time. I think I'm just gonna go home." And she's like, "You sure you want any breakfast?" I said, "Nah, I'm all set." Stopped at McDonald's on the way home and got me like a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit and a coffee.
I'm amazed that you remember this much.
Well, this is the next morning.
Well,
Next morning.
yeah, still.
Yeah. No, it's the next morning. I felt completely fine.
Day of his life.
It was completely fine. I get home, Amanda's there, my old roommate, and I'm like, she's like, oh, you must be like absolutely hungover. And I was just like, no, I feel great. And then she left for work, and I was like, I'm gonna play some video games, and I was like, then like somewhere around noon, all of a sudden everything hit me, and I just like was like annihilated, and I was nauseous. And like I didn't throw up, but I was dangerously close on several occasions.
Yeah.
And I pretty much just had to lay in bed all day, just strapped down, like just laying there, like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Now, do you
been that hungover?
do you remember what happened that night? Like,
Tell us, Joe.
What's the last point?
What's that? Yeah. At what point are you blackout, and at what point?
I browned out around getting into the strip club.
Okay.
I remember like getting in, walking around a bit. I remember standing there at one point and kind of talking to what's Johnson's brother's name was.
It was Nick.
It was Nick. Yeah, I remember talking to Nick and stuff. And then all of a sudden, like I was like home.
Do you
You
remember?
remember bringing the stripper over? Sorting us for money?
If you buy him a private room, I'll put his dick on my face. Do you remember
And
that?
then you get her to come over, and that happens, and then you walk away. You're like bait and switched her. You can't do it.
You don't own any of it.
You're like, here you go, and then you were gone. It was just like a fucking magician.
And she was so like aggressive when she's
And she got very mad.
Well, it wasn't just like, oh, it's like, oh, if you get a private room, like we'll fool around, like maybe we'll take your penis out. It's like you get a private room, I'll put his dick on my face. It was just
It wasn't
1000% to the point. Buy a room, penis, mushroom stamp, done.
It went 0 to 100 real quick.
Seriously though, I think even if I was sober, I think that would completely turn me off. I'm like,
Well, that's probably why you walked away.
Well,
you probably heard her say that, and then subconsciously you were like, mm-mm.
I was like looking / listening, and you were like, oh, okay, and you walked away like, fuck this lady, but she took that as, okay, come with me.
Even drunk Joe immediately regretted that decision.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, so we're retelling a lot of the same stuff we did last time.
well, you are. But
Now we have
and that's why.
But
See, the thing about that was like last time. It was like I didn't want to go. I had never been to that place that was desired. I had never been there. There were many other classier, classier being an understatement, but other places that we could have gone.
There are other places. There are other boob stores
in the Providence area. You know,
that night could have gone. It was like 1 o'clock. That night could have gone in a million different ways, and I feel like that was the best way it could have gone.
Yeah.
Like we could have ended up at that dance club.
I'm glad.
I would dress for the dance club. I was like, oh shit, I'm wearing like Chucks. I'm like, oh.
Well,
Boss.
but
I didn't hear anything.
Thank you. What are these?
thank you.
My mother has brought jalapeno poppers.
I love.
See, if you guys would like to be a guest on the couch, all you need to do is come to Rhode Island, Cumberland. I'm not going to give a real address. 123 Fake Street. You can
Want to know what's awful?
Damn close.
My address is 123.
As soon as I said crap. They're very high. I'm gonna let them cool off. But
I'm gonna do the reverse.
in Mrs. Nash, get you jalapeno poppers,
Gross.
and you get to become one of our bestest friends.
Remember when we sat on this couch and we all ate jalapenos?
Yes.
Or habaneros.
Habaneros. We mimicked hot pepper gaming, and it was aggressive.
It was fun.
It was very fun. Well, somebody thought we should do I forgot who. They said we should do a hot pepper podcast. It might have been you, Joe. Yeah.
Me.
Joe was like, we should do habanero and see how long we can talk about random stuff. And I'm like, I think that
We would talk for about 5 seconds, and then we would all.
And we'd all be
my
sitting here like
idea-
this.
Well, hear me out. My idea was we'd get through as much of it as we could.
Yeah.
We would cut and just come back, and we'd all be sitting around with like giant glasses of milk, and then we just continue the podcast.
All right. So like before the next.
See, I think we should all do that with the Carolina Reaper.
No, I don't want to do
Why
that.
not?
What you want? That's the hottest pepper in the
What if
world.
we all cut up like we just took one
I don't think it matters.
and we
No,
cut
what was
it
the
in
pepper?
a Carolina Reaper?
It's officially
That's hotter than the ghost
It's
pepper?
hotter than a
It is
ghost pepper.
hotter than it is the hottest pepper.
I'm gonna look this up just to
Well,
show you
also the
guys.
ghost pepper's not even the hottest. It was like the third hottest.
Yeah, really?
There's some the Thailand something that's hotter than it, I think. Joe's looking it up right now.
Okay. Here's my point on that.
Yeah.
If we're not going to be able to tolerate a ghost pepper, why the hell are we going hotter?
We can.
Well, let's
we
do a
couldn't
ghost
tolerate
pepper
a habanero.
Well, and they literally look like Grim Reaper, like little
They look
Grim Reaper
awful.
peppers.
It looks like whoever made that just made a giant like middle finger
And then
with a
just-
pepper.
But while Joe's looking up the peppers,
Oh, I've got.
I'm just gonna say hello officially. Hello. Welcome. This is the Rocket Punch Gaming Cross Nerdworks podcast with no name. I still don't have one. I don't have. It's fine. This is episode like 3 or 4 or whatever.
Why don't we just do podcasts with no name?
The podcast with no name.
I gotta come up with a cool like the kind of
black gamer.
The kind of black
gamer.
You can see my stuff at youtube.com/Rocket Punch Gaming.
Do you officially have? Is that like?
Yeah.
How do you get that?
It suggested it, like in the top like right corner, was like it shows you like things you need to do.
I gotta do that.
One of them was get a custom URL. So youtube.com/Rocket
Did
Punch
you
Gaming.
pay for it?
No,
It's free.
they just asked me what I wanted my flash to
I
be.
gotta do that then.
You got to search for Nerdwatch or him. Joe needs to make the kind of black.
Kind of black
I
gamer.
don't have any kind of gaming channel. I'm just an ancillary character on your guys' channel.
You're like a consult. You're like
Yeah.
Tony Stark with the Avengers initially. You're the consultant.
I'm the guy you got to bring in when you need to throw some color into the mix.
When we're just too white for our own. Wait, what was it? What was it before? It was
All three of us, I don't know.
all three of us together make one black guy.
Yeah.
And then we got Feather Manny over here as well. But if you haven't been with us before, we just talk about stuff. We don't really have any topics.
Whatever comes to our heads, essentially, is what we talk about.
And I know that Keith was very upset last time because he was like, oh, you're losing people when you do this whole welcome thing. But I gotta say hi. They can't be just cut and you start talking.
No, I didn't say you're losing people with the welcome. Your welcomes are stupid.
You're just awful at life.
You're just bad at
That's
saying
what
hi.
I said.
I don't know how to do it. This is the third one we've done. Whatever. I got jalapeno
That
pepper.
welcome was pretty good until you brought that up.
Yeah.
And now I just have to point out that your welcomes on general stupid.
I'm getting used to it. I'm getting there. But the rough topic that we were going to talk about, fucking mean, still just bullshit. But Joe, you had a good one.
Yeah, so it's something that I
Someone have to eat those before me and Joey
Go ahead.
I had one.
Yeah,
I had pizza.
He had a whole
eat
large pizza.
eat
Well, there's
your
more
goddamn
pizza.
poppers.
You guys want pizza?
There's no pizza?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like I think one slice. I had one slice out of it. It's
You're
pepperoni.
holding out the pizza.
It's right there. I'm not holding out.
Wait, why did you get pizza and only have one slice?
Well, I had it. I ordered for lunch today, and I ate a slice because I got two. I got one for my sister, which was cheese, and then pepperoni for me. I ended up having more of the cheese pizza than the pepperoni.
Gotcha.
It's just
Because then I figured I was like,
pouring
oh, people,
pizza.
it's like people are gonna come over.
Bogart and the Zod.
Yeah. Well, she just got braces. So my sister got braces. She's 11 years old. She just got braces.
Okay.
So she doesn't know. And she's learning now. Like she's getting better at it. She's got them like maybe a week or 2 weeks ago. So she's still learning what she can and can't eat. So like with that, I wasn't sure if she could have pizza. So I ordered pizza, and I ended up eating most of it. She was upset because she can eat pizza. She just can't eat the crust.
I mean, she could
No, she was fine with that. It was just
slice it and dice it.
yeah. But yeah, so there's pizza, there's chips.
Rip up the crust like some kind of
Braces.
Oh, I ate the fuck out of everything. It was terrible. Everything got
How long did you have braces for?
I didn't get them until high school. I got them from like 10th grade until I had them for about 2 years.
Yeah, hers supposed to be a year and a half.
I had them for 2 years, and then I wore my retainers at night for like 6 months, and then I never did. And, and I didn't get a little gap back. Whatever, it's too late now. I'm going back.
Nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's not like a...
You hook?
You're not like what's that? Michael? You're not like Michael Strahan over
Sounds
here.
like he's made up like a crappy football position. The ball's going to the gap back.
He's going to the gap back, and he throws. I don't know why he's British now. But
It's okay, they have football. We call it soccer, but yeah.
actually, soccer, I learned this on, I don't remember where. Soccer was the original name for the game, and it was changed to football. So we're right and everyone else is fucking wrong.
You want to know what's good about being right
I
and
don't know
wrong?
that, but okay.
You want to know what's being good about right and wrong? It comes to us being an adult.
Yeah.
And speaking of adults, segue.
Joe, you're
I'm an adult.
He's an adult. We're
Believe
all
it or not,
adults.
I'm an adult.
He's an adult.
he's an
We're
adult
all,
man.
We're all adults.
His driver's license says it, and so does his choice of beverage.
I am, let's just say I'm 30 years old.
You're not 30.
I'm almost 30.
He's 28.
You get 2 more
29.
years to be 30. Oh, you're 29 now.
Yeah.
You're basically 30, bro.
You're 1 foot in the grave, man.
He's a whole year older than us.
Yeah.
You turned 29.
3 years older than me.
Well, not you excluded, but when me and Sean turn 29, he
Yeah.
turns 30.
Yeah.
I'll be turning 27.
So anyway,
It's fine.
like I was saying, how rude. No, one of the things is, I
brought you to this point.
No, but I grew up. I got my first NES when I was 4 years old. My dad bought it off some crackhead off the street.
Wait, is that a true story?
That's a very true story. And he took it home and rubbed it down with like soap and like Purell wasn't out at the time, but whatever. You know what I mean? Like they like sprayed it down. Like he bought it off some crackhead for like,
You got, like, Pine
for, like $40 or $50, and he had like Mario.
It's a solid fucking deal.
Yeah, like Mario Brothers and
You
Duck
can't even
Hunt.
buy a Nintendo for that much now. It's like
It is like
90 bucks.
No, it is like 40 or 50 bucks. no, but it's still yeah.
And I desperately wanted one, especially I would go to my cousin's house and they had Mario and they had like the original Ninja Turtles and stuff, and I wanted it. And as soon as you came out of the sewer, you got fucking bowled over by some fucking tank or something like that. You could not I don't know. I was so young I barely remember the game. But the thing but the thing about it is that like I realistically, so I'm 29 years old. I've literally been playing video games for a quarter of a century since I was 4 years old, and I have now am making more money than I ever have in my entire life. Because that's what happens when you get to be an adult. Usually, if you're responsible, at this point you've got some kind of steady job. You're making a decent amount of money. So I can literally buy all the video games to my heart's content. The problem with being an adult is I don't have any time to play any of this stuff. I got to commute to work, deal with traffic and crazy people, and then I got to work overtime.
And it's not like we have a normal.
We don't have normal.
3 out of the 4 of us. We won't say where we work.
Well, even Keith has weird. He has shitty hours.
Yeah, but three out of the 4 of us work at the same place. We won't say where it is, but we work for the same company. And even Keith's job, we all have weird hours. It's not like we work 9 to 5, where we can come home at 5 o'clock, have a couple hours to mess around and do stuff. We have open and closing shifts for us. And the opening shifts were for I know for you have a longer commute than we do, but it's like
2.5 hours.
9:30 we're at work. We don't come home. We get home at like 6, so that's fine. Yeah. And then the closing shifts, our closing shifts are like 12 to 8:30.
And 8:30 is like 10 o'clock.
It's 9:30, 10 o'clock in actuality. So we get home, it's 10 o'clock, 10:30, sometimes 11. Mm-hmm. You don't have time. You don't have time to sit down. I mean, I don't sleep, so I do, but. It's
even when you want to, like, you have the idea. Like, I know, like, when I get out of like work, or even after even if it's like my day off, and I'm like, oh, like I've got I've got all this time, like, but wait, I've got to run all these errands now. I've got to do laundry and get my like what did I do today? Like my battery and my key died. I just go to the store and buy a battery for my car key. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like go to the bank and like all these like little things that you got to do when you're an adult. You know what I mean? And then it's like, and then I get home and I'm like, all right, it's time for me to finally get some game time. And it's like, oh, I'm tired. I'm too tired to hold a controller and press buttons and stare at the TV. I'm just gonna put that down and just stare at the TV. I'm just gonna watch TV until I
any amount of physical exertion is too much at that point.
It's too much. It's like I could go and I could play this game, right? I can play it and maybe for like half an hour, or I could probably get a solid hour of TV, and I could double my experience if I just don't hold the controller.
I mean, for me, it's more. It's not just the not having time. I mean, 3 out of 4 of us. Keith's the only one with any kind of action going on here. Keith's the only one with a significant other. So it's like, so he's at work, and then you guys live together. So you do your thing. But it's like when I'm not at work and I'm not hanging out with you guys, or I'm not hanging out with my brothers, literally all I do is play video games. The problem is there's too many fucking games to play.
I think that's the other part of it too.
First world problems.
Like, yeah, I know. Right?
It's when you were little. So going back, like I got my first Super Nintendo when I was like 5 or 6. That was my first gaming system, and like I had Mario World and I had Mario Paint. And until I convinced my mom to buy me Mega Man X, those were the only 2 games I had. So I played the fuck out of those games. Fly swatter game on Mario Paint,
Bubsy.
Making your own thing. Bubsy. Yeah, you had a Genesis, you had Bubsy.
Sonic
shit out of
Sonic 1.
Bubsy,
Gunstar Heroes. Mine was Sonic 1 and Gunstar Heroes.
I mean...
And you would only get...
Did you get the Looney Tunes All-Stars?
Yeah, I did.
I had Buster Bust Loose.
You would only get as a kid because you didn't have any money unless you had like unless
it had to be your birthday or Christmas or something.
Okay.
Well, no, I lucked out with that because there were 4 of us.
Yeah.
So that means there were 4 birthdays, there were 4 Christmases, there were 4 good report cards. So I had like 50 or 60 games for my Super Nintendo when I was a kid, which was like astronomical for a child. Like no one had it, but that's only because it was. Really, what it was, like since I was the oldest, I would like plant seeds of like what games I wanted like my brothers to ask for. Like, you should really ask for Yoshi.
You inceptioned your brothers.
I was like, but I want to get like, I want to get like Yoshi's sort of great. No, but it would be something like, like you should ask for. It's like, Josh would want, I don't know, the Rocket Mouse game. I can't remember what the hell it's called. I'm gonna write it down.
Mighty Mouse.
No, the Rocket Knight. It's called Rocket Knight. Josh would be like, I want Rocket Knight. I'm like, I want Harvest Moon. We should probably get Harvest Moon instead. We'd be like, okay, that's fine. I wish I had Rocket Knight, but Harvest Moon was fucking great. But it was just like, I even though it was all 4 of our games, they were really all my games because I was the whole of the puzzle.
So I did something very similar. So like my brother, my youngest brother was never into games at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then for a while I was living, not with my cousins, but like it was a 3-decker house, and so they were on the first floor and I was on the second floor. So I'd see them every day. We would hang out every day. So my cousin Newton, you know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Newton would be like, all right, yeah, like, oh, dude, I want to get some kind of game console for Christmas. And I already had a PS1. I was like, you should get an N64. I was like, and I put it in his brain and everything like that. And he went and he got it because I was just like, yeah, there's like 4 players. Look how cool that controller looks. I thought it was the most hideous thing I'd ever seen at the time. You know what I mean? N64 controller is great though. I think it is.
You're the only one.
No, but like realistically though, like, when you think about it, like
you need 2.5 hands to play it. It's great.
I never understood. I mean, and I thought that was a great console. And I really wanted one so bad. My mom had just got me a PS1, and I love that too. And I was like, I can't afford another console. I practically live with my cousin. Instead, you know what I mean? And I would convince him to like buy games that I wanted to play because I knew I was going to get a chance to play them and stuff. You know.
See, I was an only child, so I didn't have any. I couldn't inception anybody. I had to pull the whole like doe-eyed like, or I would throw pissy fits and temper tantrum. You know, I was the young kid. So, I had a Sega Genesis. I had a couple of games for it, and but it was awesome. It was cool. I love my Sega Genesis. I didn't have a lot for it.
But yeah,
all I have is an older sister. So when we were both young, getting the Sega Genesis and even the N64, we'd have so many games because we both played. But once it got to the Xbox Ones and the original Xbox, she stopped playing at that point. So I was by myself, like.
I'll never forget when I was a kid. My parents did this for me twice. Like. I was like, oh man, wouldn't it be awesome, like a Sega Genesis? Like, wouldn't it be awesome if they made like a Ninja Turtles game? And, like at that time, there was no internet, so you couldn't like go online and like search all this crap. So I had no idea like other games existed. Like I had the ones that I knew I had, and then ones that I thought would be cool. So I remember I was a kid, and I told my dad, I was like, Dad, we should see if there's like a Ninja Turtles game. Like that would be awesome. And he pulled that like dad thing where he's like, I don't know, you should like write a letter to Sega and see if they'll make a Ninja Turtles game. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I wrote out this like big long letter. I was like, Sega, you should make a Ninja Turtles game because it'd be super cool. And I love Leonardo. Like it was just like this little nerdy like 3-year-old or however old I was. So my dad had me like mail it out. And so then my mom and dad one night they were like, Corey, we should practice if like they write you back. And I was like, oh yeah, that's smart. That's smart. I gotta be prepared. I gotta know what to do if Sega writes me a letter back. So they had to like wrote out a letter or something about it, and they're like, oh look, you got this letter, whatever. And on the letter it was a package, so it was a letter. It was like, hey Corey, thank you for writing Sega. We really think that's a great idea. Enclosed is the first copy of the Ninja Turtles game. And I was like, holy shit! They made it! And I thought it was the coolest fucking thing in the world. Like they gave it to me.
That's actually really.
That's kind of like when I'm gonna do that for if my kid ever like they should make that. Write a letter. Let's email them, and then I'll send them a package with it because I'll never forget that. Like they did it twice. They did it for Ninja Turtles, and then they did it for a Power Ranger game. Like the Sega Genesis, it was like a Power Ranger fighting game.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
and
was it the Zord one that I had for?
No. It was like the Rangers.
It was like a straight up just versus fighting.
Like they were Zord battles, but it was it was mainly just that fighting. Like I was dumbfounded. I was like, I can't believe they listened to me.
Actually, the Power. Just side note, the Power Rangers fighting game thing that reminded me. So GameStop started selling old games like on their website. It was like $10. I bought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fighting Tournament Edition. It is a terrible, horrible fighting game. And it's so bad.
Wasn't that good?
It's so bad.
Was it like the Sonic fighting game?
It was like the
direct sequel.
It was like it came out after Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
It was like right after, so I was like, Turtles in Time was like the most epic thing. Like it was like I remember when it came to like arcades and it had the four player cabinet, and I was so excited and I played that. And then when they were like, oh, there's a tournament fighting edition or whatever it was, and I was into karate and stuff at the time because of the Ninja Turtles. So like I was like, this is gonna be awesome. I was so.
It's so bad. It is so terrible. But yeah, it's just like when you're a kid. I had a lot of games because of my brothers, but you played whatever games you had.
Exactly. And you would play them over.
You would play the shit out
over.
I am not as I can't beat games I could beat as a 7-year-old because they were the only thing I played.
I don't even beat games anymore because there's so many out there.
I'll beat them.
I'll start a game. I'll get so close to the end, and then the next game comes, and I just focus on the next game and don't even. And then 6 months later, I'm like, shit, I didn't even beat that game.
Yeah,
that's happened to me. That happens to me too. And actually, the other thing that when I first initially thought about like how many there were so many games out, and then I was thinking like there were so many reports upset about people were talking about, and just most recently because it was the last time I heard about it was like the Order 1886, and it was like, oh, it's only 7 hours long or however long it was, and in any games that they kind of berate people, the community goes crazy, and they're like, oh, I'm going to pay $60 for this game and it's only 10 hours. It's like, dude, 10 hours is perfect. That's great. I can beat that in about 2 weeks. Because I'll play it like here and there.
2 damn days.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Well, if I have a day off, I can blow through it. But that's perfect now. Because now, I don't even care. When I was younger, I wanted especially, and that's how I got into Final Fantasy. It was just 40, 50, 60-hour games, and I was because I would only get the one, so I had to stretch it out. Now there are so many of them, and I want to play them all, and I can afford them all.
Yeah.
But I don't have the time to play them. So in a way, that's almost better to me because it's all right. I don't
it's manageable.
I don't go I mean, there are very, very few games that I go and I'm like, all right, I gotta unlock everything. I gotta check all the hidden areas. I don't do that anymore. Like I used to. I don't care about the extras. There's a really cool Easter egg. I can see it on YouTube. I can see the alternate ending. Somebody's gonna post it. I just want to play the game.
I did do that for Dragon Age.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It depends on the game, and if I'm gonna
that would say that Dragon Age Inquisition was probably the last game that I actually gave a really fair shake to, and I took forever I beat it. I mean, I was way behind you guys when we were talking about it, but it took me 3 or 4 months. But I wanted to experience.
It's worth it.
You do the download content?
No, that's where I'm at with that
Actually,
now.
it's pretty. The way they made it, it's almost like you when you download it, you don't have to wait till the end of the game to do it because everything that you experience in the regular game, you're gonna have in that too.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's to Joe's point of games being too long or too short. Or if it's an action game, 10 to 15 hours is normal. But you have these big giant games, so something like The Witcher. Are any of you playing The Witcher besides me?
I want to get it.
No, it's on my list. Yeah.
So all right. So this is The Witcher, and disagree with me or agree with me, internet, because you're the only ones who are with me on this. When you on the PlayStation controller, when you hit the button, the little track clitoris thing, when you hit that and it opens up the map.
I didn't realize Sony had renamed their buttons, but yes.
Yeah.
Well, that was just a touchpad. Don't flick my
touchpad.
touch.
Hey. Touchpad. There we go. No,
the touch clip.
but when you
Sean knows how to find a touch clip.
Hey.
That's the only thing
Hey.
Thank you.
This show just got rated R.
That's a compliment. You can find that thing. Anyways,
that's when once you flick it, that's when the doors open and all the strippers come out.
but
Just be careful if it's late at night and I'm drunk and I fall asleep.
He's just gonna fall asleep on